Welcome to RelapsePreventionPlan.net's free online rehab lessons. We believe that it's never too late to learn to prevent relapse. This is a presentation on addiction and relationships. The learning goals for this presentation are to describe the evidence about groups and drinking or using drugs, to identify the relationship problems that can lead to drug and alcohol use, and to identify two values that can lead to more positive relationship decisions. The road to success is always under construction. What causes relapse? Leading experts in relapse prevention have found that relapse is not generally triggered by physical cravings. It is a response to stress, anxiety, fear, anger, frustration, depression, social pressures to use, and interpersonal conflicts. We are our relationships. Relationships are important because we define who we are through our family, friends, work, and through relationships we gain achievements in our lives, such as family, business, school, and sports. But our relationships can put us at risk of harm. Through individual relationships, we can also affirm and increase self-destructive and high-risk behaviors, including drinking and using drugs, having high-risk sex, experiencing or perpetrating violence, and involvement in criminal behavior. Improving relationship skills is a common goal. We all have some problems getting along with family, friends, and coworkers, difficulty at times meeting strangers and handling moods and feelings, and different strengths and weaknesses in relationship coping skills. It's really important for you to continue to develop your relationship skills because alcohol and drugs are often used to cope with relationship problems and interpersonal difficulties. Negative feelings from relationship problems often trigger relapse. Feeling frustrated with someone can lead to relapse. Being offered a drink by someone you value and want to impress can lead to relapse. Feeling depressed, angry, sad, or lonely due to relationship problems can lead to relapse. So you need to learn how to handle various difficult interpersonal situations comfortably and honestly, and to cope positively with your relationship problems. So assess the groups that you hang out with. Hard drinkers associate with other hard drinkers. Drug users associate with drug users. The American Berkeley Alcohol Research Group tracked drinking problems for 20 years and found the best way to predict whether you have a drinking problem is to identify the number of people in the group you drink with that have drinking problems. So, who are you choosing to spend time with? People who will help you succeed? Or people who will help you maintain the same old problem behaviors that kept you in the addiction cycle? Are you trying to keep the same old comfortable behaviors going? So now pick up a piece of paper and a pen and ask yourself questions about your key relationships. Write down your answers right now. Pause the presentation if you need more time to write. Think of 3 people who play a large role in your life. Start by asking yourself why you are attracted to each of these 3 people. On your worksheet, write their names and then check off the traits that apply to each of them as we go through the following slides. Do they display traits I admire, enjoy, and want to have myself? Do they have good relationships and treat me and other people well? Are they in control of themselves? Are they addicted to drugs, alcohol, gambling, or pornography? Do they get real rewards in life? Do they have a positive impact on the world? Now, take a few moments and review your answers. Remember, pause the presentation if you need to. Are these people going to be a positive support to you as you work to achieve a balanced lifestyle and abstinence? Be honest with yourself. You will need to change to leave addiction behind. So it's time to begin to learn about your own behavior. Take out your pen and paper again and write down the answers to these questions. What is worthwhile and positive? What will you want to begin to change? Take a few minutes to think about yourself and to answer the questions on the following slide. Do I display traits that other people admire, enjoy, and want to have? Do I have good relationships and treat myself and other people well? Am I in control of myself? Do I get real rewards in life? And do I have a positive impact on the world? Beginning to improve relationships. Completing these online slides will help you to learn to identify negative feelings about yourself and others, reduce and cope with negative feelings, plan and practice constructive, purposeful communication, and reduce tension and relax in negatively charged situations. Also, reduce rather than create relationship problems. To take effective control of your relationships. Use the sessions to learn to respond to the needs of others and have your own needs met. Increase your effectiveness at work and school. Feel more at ease with yourself and your ability to handle your world. And how to end relationships that have serious negative consequences for your health and your life goals. But communication skills are not enough to create positive relationships. Developing and using positive values are a way to set a new standard for your relationships and your actions. Positive values can help you to decide which people you want to start a friendship with and which people you just want to politely pass on by. Personal values can help you to decide what is important in your relationships and what you should or should not do with other people on a daily basis. Addiction is actually very restricting. Addiction narrows life to a preoccupation with oneself and one's own needs. Addiction narrows relationships to people with similar problems. And you now need to bring yourself back into contact with others in constructive, mutual ways. Addiction behaviors have likely hurt your relationships. Keeping the extent of addiction a secret from a partner or family causes the most common problem after quitting and recovery: a continuing lack of trust. Lying about past addiction behaviors or making unrealistic promises increases the lack of trust. Men of genius are admired, men of wealth are envied, but men of power are feared. But only men of character are trusted. Addiction hurts your own self-image too. Past behavior can result in shame, humiliation, anger, and feelings of being manipulated. Learning how to communicate well and honestly can change your life. This means looking at what you say to yourself as well as other people. This also means not rushing into new relationships while you are in early recovery. Take time to learn and to heal yourself. Use these online sessions and readings to learn how to rebuild relationships, practice positive social relationship behaviors, develop interest in life outside yourself, Set boundaries with others. Now remember, the readings are in our free online downloadable workbook. What to do about relationships while in recovery. The best thing you can do to ease the tension in relationships is to stick with your relapse prevention program. Focus on improving and changing yourself. Your recovery time, particularly during the first weeks, needs to be about your own self-care. Learn and practice new skills before tackling relationship problems. As you learn communication skills and anger management skills, you will be better prepared to positively work on relationships. In the meantime, let the people who are important to you know that you are going to concentrate on you and succeed at getting clean. Your first focus is on getting physically and mentally healthy. Your second focus is on gaining the knowledge and coping skills required to prevent relapse. Now, let's figure out, what do you value? Over the next weeks of completing these online lessons and your free workbook, you'll have the opportunity to find, redefine, and reaffirm your values in life, including relationship values. A value is a standard or goal of behavior. What one value is most important to you right now? Take out your pencil and paper, your pen and paper, and write it down. As we go across the next slides, add some values that you may want to consider. Remember, pause the presentation at any time. I value positive achievement in my life, such as accomplishing goals in education, sports, providing for yourself and family, financial security. I value being fully conscious and aware of my surroundings, being alert, awake, and aware, using your mind to make sense out of your life and experience. I value being involved in positive activity, such as being energetic in daily life and engaged in the world around you. I value my physical and mental health, such as eating well, exercise, getting health care, and choosing an overall healthy lifestyle. I value being responsible for my actions, meeting your individual commitments as well as doing what the law obliges you to do. I value me and increasing my self-respect, caring for and about yourself and others. Perhaps consider a value such as, I value the place I live, my community. That means being positively involved in your town, school, work organization, religious group, neighborhood, or political party, and thereby contributing to the greater good of the world. So here's a different value system to consider. Some value systems are very simple, such as a follower of the way does not kill, does not take what is not given, does not abuse the senses, does not speak deceptively, does not intoxicate oneself or others. Take a few moments and think about some ideas for positive values. Go ahead and write them down. Living positive values prevents relapse. You can succeed in leaving drugs behind if you develop the values, attitudes, beliefs, and activities incompatible with frequent or excessive intoxication. Positive values ensure you have strong reasons not to return to addiction. They influence your choices and actions on a moment-by-moment basis, including in relationships. Positive values are also a tool to help you decide what is important each time you make a decision not to use. So here's an example of how that works. Value. Excellent physical health is essential for my well-being and contentment. That value creates actions. I improved my health by exercising, eating well, changing sleep habits, using meditation and yoga, enjoying the outdoors. I end relationships with people who put my physical health at risk by offering me drugs or alcohol. Values guide action. Negative values lead to negative action. Positive values lead to positive action. As you develop your value system, you will need to develop your communication skills so you can clearly share your values with others, increase your motivation to use new skills, affirm and begin to live your value system day by day, improve your physical health day by day, begin new activities today and plan for new activities at home, assess and or rebuild relationships. You will have more opportunities to work on your values. So bring the worksheets that you've started to write down on to each of these online sessions so you can keep building on your ideas. Improving relationships prevents relapse. But both improving relationships and preventing relapse require learning, such as general problem-solving skills, conflict management skills, skills for coping with negative emotions, anger management skills, and skills to manage criticism, as well as skills to increase pleasant activities, and skills to expand positive support networks. Special problems do require specialists. Clients from happier families with better communication skills have a lower risk of relapse. The goal is to help you develop the skills to improve your communications with your family. The online lessons are not aimed at solving entrenched relationship problems or counteracting violence. Violence and long-standing complex family problems require the help of appropriate specialists after your recovery is completed. Building positive relationships is essential because people who are positively involved with their families, coworkers, and communities are less likely to become addicted, more likely to get over addiction, and people who have positive relationships are happier, live longer, and these are all really great reasons to concentrate on your online lessons and continue learning at home by completing the workbook Make Your Last Relapse the Last. Each session you attend has a piece of information that you need. The online lessons are structured to give you the opportunity to learn the coping skills you will need to succeed in improving relationships and preventing relapse. Reading, practice, and discussion are effective ways to reinforce your learning. And there are no secrets to success. It's the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. The original research can be found in these references. By watching this presentation, you should have learned to describe the evidence about groups and drinking or using drugs, to identify the relationship problems that can lead to drug and alcohol use, and to identify 2 values that can lead to more positive relationship decisions. Don't forget to complete Chapter 8 in our free downloadable workbook, Make Your Last Relapse the Last. The chapter is on relationships and relapse. Remember, this video is not a substitute for proper medical care and consultation with your physician or qualified healthcare professional. Don't ignore professional advice or delay seeking treatment based on the information in this video or on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. You can do it. We believe in you, Don't give up.